is really special to me. I think a lot of it has to do with the family history. I think of how when my grandmother was a child, her mother had died, her father remarried, and her stepmother threw her and my great aunt out of the house, as people did. I don't know why. And my grandmother ended up working at Boot Mills and living in a mill girls' boarding house with my great aunt. And now I live in Boot Mills. And I didn't even know this story when I moved here. After I moved here, all of my relatives were like, oh, that's where Meme worked as a child. And I was like, what? Where was I when this story was told? I didn't know this. And as I walk through the halls of Boot Mills, I think of my grandmother as a child working here. And then, you go down another generation, and I think of my father, who he and his twin brother quit school when they were in the 6th grade because they had to go to work to support the family during the Depression. Then I think to my generation, and I remember my mother saying, and here's the French section, it ends at this house. This house. Like it was just like this random house on the street. And I thought, wow, that's really crazy. And I think when I was a kid, probably not so much now, but when I was a kid, I think you could have pretty much written 85% of somebody's biography just knowing what neighborhood they lived in Lowell. It really told you a lot. I was talking to my cousin recently, and he was saying that when he was young, we're French, he had a friend who was Greek, and his mother said to him, you're not hanging around with any Greek kids. You hang around with French kids. You don't hang around with any other kinds of kids. And now I look at the kids walking to Lowell High every day, and I see all these kids in groups, every kind of race, ethnicity, laughing, holding hands. And I said to my cousin who told me that story, who works at Lowell High, I said, am I romanticizing this, or do these kids get along? And he said, yeah, they don't see it. They just don't see it. So look at that change, from my generation to the generation that's here now. So there's 4 generations of really kind of big change that all happened in Lowell.